What is up, guys? It is Jay Wolt here with the My Muscle Academy. Let's talk about the paleo diet. Just a fad? I don't know. Listen and find out. So, if you've been in the health and wellness industry for the last few years, you have no doubt heard of the paleo diet. This is loved by all CrossFitters, most weightlifters, and even some bodybuilders. The caveman diet is touted as the ultimate path to health, wellness, and weight loss. It even has some trainers saying this is the best method to build muscle and strength. I'm skeptical about that one. So, is the caveman diet really the miracle some claim it to be? Not quite. The strictest adherents to the caveman diet want you to believe that dairy and starches are the devil and will cause you poor health. So, on the other hand, it is a totally arbitrary and insane idea to think that we should live and eat like our Paleolithic ancestors. When you look at the caveman in reality, he oftentimes had infectious diseases, was malnutrited, and died an early death. Doesn't exactly sound like a great time. However, overall, the paleo caveman diet is a pretty good way to eat for most lifters. But the problem comes in when they don't understand the science of how this works in their body, or when the strictest followers are failing to reach their goals because they don't know where they're falling short. So I'm gonna break down the pros and the cons of the caveman diet for you here today. In its purest form, the paleo diet will have you eating whole, natural, unprocessed foods, which pretty much means that all meats and veggies are fair game. This also includes nuts, seeds, and natural oils. So this is the basis of any good diet. And the good news is this makes it so that it's not that difficult to hit your protein and fat totals while also getting in your micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. But hold up, wait a minute. What about the other macronutrient? What about carbohydrates? And that's where the Paleolithic diet demonizes the intake of grains. They believe that all wheats, barleys, and all man-made grains are off limits. So the basis behind this is the philosophy that the human body has not evolved that much since the agricultural evolution, and we cannot use these micronutrients and macronutrients efficiently. So, this lacks scientific backing in the first place, and also a low carbohydrate diet is never best for peak performance of an athlete. So sure, on a paleo diet, you're able to eat sweet potatoes and fruits, but it's hard to hit your carbohydrate totals while only consuming these two options. So understand that if you want to be a badass strength athlete, if you want to be at the top of the game, be a professional athlete, you are gonna need a lot of carbohydrates and get them from your grains. Another advantage to the paleo diet is you're getting tons of produce. So the problem with a lot of traditional bodybuilding meals is you get these bland, boring, colorless meals that are not providing you the micronutrient value that you need. Whereas paleo dieters oftentimes can't have these starch sources, so they end up putting extra vegetables and fruits on their plate. So what you wanna do is not avoid your carbohydrates. No, you do not need to do that. But what you wanna do, no matter what your dietary goal is, to bulk up, to lean down, is to make sure that daily you have a colorful plate full of the right deep, dark greens and bright veggies that you need to make sure you're staying healthy. Now, for another con of the paleo diet, we have elimination of dairy. And sure, a lot of people can't digest dairy very well, but it's a shame to pull it out altogether how the strict paleo dieters recommend, because especially if you're a vegetarian or someone who's not getting a lot of protein, these can be good sources for you. Also, if you're cooking, things like whole fat milk, cream, butter are great ways to add flavor and extra fat to your meals. Also, if you're a skinny guy who's trying to bulk up, this is the best way to add additional calories into your diet plan. And on top of that, this eliminates whey protein, which is the best intra-meal option you have. So between your big whole food meals, you can drink protein shakes from hydrolyzed isolate whey protein, which is fast absorbing and the best way to get protein in your muscles when you're on the go. The paleo diet is correct in recommending high quality protein sources because every budding bodybuilder knows they need to be on a high protein diet. However, they usually opt for other options. They're gonna have chicken breasts, protein shakes, tuna, egg whites. These are good sources for sure, but they're lacking that high fat content and micronutrient value that's gonna boost your hormones and make you feel like a badass. So the paleo diet is right on by recommending steaks, fatty fish, bacon. These foods have the content calorie to make serious strength and muscle gains, plus they just taste better. Now, once again, on the other hand, the paleo diet goes wrong by telling you you should have no legumes. The strict adherents of the diet are once again demonizing legumes with the same philosophy behind grains that the body is not evolved because this came after the agricultural boom. So this is completely off base and incorrect. Beans, legumes, all these things, lentils, they're a great source for people with slow digesting carbohydrates. It's a combination of proteins and fats, and it's an awesome option that's gonna offer starches, potassium, fiber, and micronutrients to the average healthy trainee. Not to mention it is a great option for any lifter who's on a budget. For the final pro of the paleo diet, it's gonna lead to a calorie reduction. So what happens is a lot of people get on the paleo diet and they trade in their sugary drinks and processed carbohydrates for less calorie dense options. So when you're trading in your snacks from the convenience store for meat and vegetables, sure, it's gonna cause you to get leaner, but it's not just the foods changing that got you leaner, it's the fact that you're on a calorie restricted diet and you're in a deficit, so you're losing body fat. On the other hand, I've seen a lot of paleo diet practitioners actually get fatter on this diet. It is possible. And I know they're gonna choose options like avocados, bacon, fattier cuts of meat. And I'm not demonizing these food sources, they're good. But if you're in a caloric surplus, you are gonna gain body fat and you are not gonna get leaner. So it's not a free-for-all. There are still aspects that need to be monitored with your overall daily consumption. Now, what I really do not like, what I hate about the paleo diet, from what I've seen in my experience, is that it's causing a lot of extreme dysfunction in people's eating habits. So there's all these health and diet issues that are never actually diagnosed by a doctor, but by some natural foods friend of theirs. And people don't wanna interject themselves into normal social situations because there's normal food there and they're afraid it's not on their paleo diet plan. Well, you know, get off your pedestal, stop being so self-righteous, and live a normal, balanced life. That's what this video is about. That's what the My Muscle Academy is about, is living with a balanced mind and a balanced body. So when you're eating, eat good, high-quality protein sources, complex carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, have a healthy exercise regimen. Put it all together into a complete integrated program without this all or nothing mindset. That's how you find balance and happiness in your training and your program. And if you want the full, complete program, guys, this is a decade of my life's work poured into this for you. It is a 200-page book, a day-by-day, 12-week video trainer, 75+ exclusive videos, everything I know to help you reach your goals. Go check out the My Muscle Academy at justinwoltering.com, and I look forward to seeing you there. Peace.